Everybody, what's good everybody? It's your boy Paxtex, man. You know what the fuck is going on. Welcome back to the channel. Today we talking about how to remove credit. Oh man, I am high as hell. Today we are talking about how to remove inquiries off of your credit in less than 24 hours, baby. Make sure you drop that like and that sub, but I'm gonna leave that in there because that shit's funny as hell. But man, what's good, man? I hope y'all are having a good day. Make this very, very, very quick. All you need to do is call the fraud department and tell them there's a fraudulent inquiry on your credit. You can stop the video. You can get off the video right now. That's all. I'm not about to waste your fucking time. I hate when niggas be making long ass videos and shit. So don't forget to drop that like and that sub. I can't remember if I said that. But look, bro, I'm just saying, all you need to do is look for the fraudulent number, the fraudulent department, right? The number for the fraudulent department. That's all you need to do. And call them and say, hey, I believe there were some unauthorized inquiries on my credit report. And they're gonna be like, oh, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Where do you live? What's your social? And then in 24 hours, nigga, that shit's gonna be gone. What I will say, what I will say exactly is that Experian is the easiest bureau to get the inquiries wiped off. Every other bureau is kind of difficult. I would say Equifax is definitely the most difficult. TransUnion is not as difficult. It just depends. Like they take a little more time, but I will say it will happen within like at least 5 to 7 business days on the other side. But I know 100% Experian will get you right in less than 24 hours. I'm talking about, I'm talking about you'll wake up the next day and that shit'll just be green. I'm talking about you might be up 30 or 40 points just off of getting all those inquiries wiped off your credit. Now, that is the first and most efficient way, I would say. Outside of that, I know there are ways people are coming with like Dispute Panda, because actually there's a whole underlying system called Metro 2, which is a language that the credit bureaus use to talk to each other with creditors and also with people who collect debt. So there's a format that you have to write, and if you want to get those derogatory remarks removed, that's a whole nother thing. Tap in if you need those methods, but I would recommend first starting with getting all of your inquiries taken off, because that's gonna shoot your credit up super high. Now, with derogatory remarks and things of that nature, that's a little bit different, because you don't know. If you don't know where those are coming from, that's where you need to start. But today we're primarily talking about getting inquiries wiped off of your credit. Now, again, like I said, the next method would actually be to go ahead. I'm sorry, my cat, I gotta get her down. I said a black man with a cat. Actually, the next method would be to get the letters, bro. So you get the letters; those are gonna take a little longer. And though there actually is another backdoor method that a lot of people don't know about. If you go onto the apps, like you can go onto Experian, I believe FICO, MyFICO. You can actually go to TransUnion's website, and then you can also go to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. If you can go to all of their websites, when you sign in, on the back end, you actually do have the ability to dispute inquiries right within the application. I know on Experian, if you log in, if you check your profile, you can go ahead and dispute those inquiries on the back end, and it'll take care of it for you. It's very similar to calling in, because they're gonna make you go through this whole fraud thing. Now, I will say you do not have to submit a police report. A lot of people, they'll ask you that on the phone, like, would you like to submit a police report? Nigga, don't do that. It's not that deep. Just make sure you get the inquiries wiped off. And another thing I will say, when you're calling in, when you're calling into the fraud department, you want to have all of your inquiries that you want wiped off, ready to go. Like, you don't want to waste a bunch of time, because they gonna know you be on some bullshit. So, and they know people are doing this. Like, they know people are doing this. So I know it feels weird and maybe a little bit wrong, but it's not. Get your fucking money. Don't be a hoe ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you call and get those inquiries wiped off. That's actually how a lot of people end up stacking credit cards, right? Because what you do is you can have a bunch of laptops and computers or phones, iPads and shit all lined up after you get your credit wiped, right? So then you hit like 3 applications and then you wipe your credit the next day. But then you gotta think about it. I know I talked about this method in some of my other videos, but essentially certain bureaus are gonna pull from when you certain cards are gonna pull from certain bureaus, and this is also correlated to like the state you live in. So like I've been finding, I live in the Midwest, so nigga, TransUnion be running shit out here. It's so wild, and you don't even know it. Like bro, there's five or six different bureaus. Some bureaus account for the auto loans that you have. There's a whole banking system, checks. There's a whole system, bro, where if you have derogatory marks with banks, that's why a lot of the time you might not be getting credit cards with certain banks, because if you was hitting licks or if you was doing certain things with certain people with certain activities, your social security number may be associated with fraudulent activities and you didn't even know it, because there's a whole back-end system for that. So just because you were able to get a new bank account or something like that does not mean whatever activity was on your credit report or on your personal profile is not there. It's actually there, you just can't see it. There's actually an entire back-end system of Experian that you can log into, and it's very almost like almost being on a terminal for a computer. It's not a lot of color and bullshit. It's a very straightforward thing, but it's just a lot of stuff, bro, that I don't, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you still need to learn. But as far as, you know, just to review, because I don't like to make these videos too long, but just to review, the main thing you need to do, bro, to get your inquiries deleted off of your credit in less than 24 hours is call the fraud department for each credit bureau and say, hey, this is Johnny Two Shoes. I just wanted to say, I noticed that there were some unauthorized inquiries on my credit. And she's gonna be like, or he or she is gonna be like, hey Johnny, I'm really sorry to hear that. Let me get you taken care of. And if you make sure it's somebody in the fraud department, because don't waste your time talking to somebody who cannot help you. All right, so I love y'all, man. Make sure you get your credit right. It's time to get some fucking money, and I'll see you on the next one. Bow, bow, bow. Yes, sir, gang.